All right, guys, so today I'm back here, and what I'm gonna try to do is pull out an intermediate sample from the 2006 Colorado I got with the Valvoline Restore and Protect, and send that sample in so we can, because really what I want to monitor is the insolubles. We've already looked at that in the last video, so if you haven't seen that video, please go check that out. And now we're gonna pour this intermediate sample. We're gonna use this little pump here. And this is the little collection jar you get from Blackstone. And you can just connect it right to this pump they have. And you just kind of twist it up there. And basically, let me put this up here first. You just, let me get back and tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a look at the insolubles. And then we're gonna measure the insolubles in the first sample we saw in the last video, the insolubles in this sample, and insolubles in the full interval change, just to see, is it gonna go up? All right, so what you would do is you would take this hose here, and you would just stick this down the pipe where your sample had came from. I mean, not where the sample, where your dipstick came from. When you hit the bottom, just pull back just a little bit, and then you would just begin to pump here, and this should extract some oil here, doesn't it? Let's see. Let's see here. That's what I thought would happen. It should be. Not sure what is going on here. Why? So here it appears to be that something is just that will fit the size of this hole. So now I got to get a smaller hose and adapt it to this to be able to get down in there to use the pump. So let me go see if I can find some more extra hose here and make me a little adapter piece that's small enough that would fit in a hole the same size as this. And then I'll be able to collect the oil sample. All right, so I was able to go get some tube in here. This is a 3/16 outer diameter. This should be small enough, and pretty interesting. It says it's a micro fuel line. Doesn't really make that much of a difference in my case, but I thought it was pretty interesting that that the hardware store had I don't know this. I mean, so anyway, let me go ahead and make this up. I'm gonna make this contraption somehow fit this, and I'll be right back. So what I did was I just took this line right here and adapted it to a larger piece of nylon and made it airtight and kind of fit that in here. I know this is not ideal, but I'm just gonna put this in here first. So if this doesn't, because it's a little, needs to be straightened, I'm gonna just set it in some hot water for a while, but I'm gonna just try it without doing that first, just to see, can I get it, will this just work just for the sake of, time here, because I got a couple of videos I want to make, being that this is a long weekend for me because I have a Veterans Day off. So maybe this will work, maybe not, but if not, I'm just going to set it in some hot water. And it could even be better for this is just get a piece of NICOP, something, but again, because something is metal, you probably maybe not be a good idea, but all right, let's see. Uh-oh, I feel like we went a little further that time. Let me pump here now. Let's see. Okay, I got nothing yet. Again, it's because this would be much more straightforward, but again, because GM some kind of way made an orifice inside of this tube here, that when you put in the dipstick, that the actual final part only fits into, that only allows something this size to fit into it. And that looks like it could be might just be slightly too big. All right, guys, so what I'm trying now is I'm just taking my little tool here, my little rotary tool, and I'm just thinning this wall out as much as I can. and trying to get this down to the lowest possible diameter that I can get to make this fit in here. So let me go ahead and finish this up and try to get as close as I can, and then I'll be back. Success. See the oil coming through? Just probably got to just pump it not too hard, just to let it, yeah, so I'm gonna just, because again, this wire, this line here is a little thin, and kind of airtight there. So it's going, just gonna be a little, let me back up off of it just a little bit to see. Because right now I feel like it's let's see here. For some reason I feel like I can't pump it. Oh, there we go, it's coming now. Let's see. Probably because there's so much pressure in here, it's just pulling it, as you can see, coming through the line like right here. So because obviously this is a much smaller diameter, it's a much bigger diameter, I mean, it's just gonna flow this way. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna lay this right here. It is going in there, but it's going quite slow. And again, that is just surely the diameter of this with all this suction. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to figure out a way to get this hose right here to going straight in here. And I think what I could do is, because it's an O-ring underneath this aluminum piece here, and I got an O-ring kit, and I'm going to just change the O-ring out. And I think I could probably rig up something just for something like this. I mean, you could rig something up. But anyway, I got the intermediate oil sample right here, and let me just get a little bit more. All right, that looks good. We'll go ahead and call it. I heard the pressure release. Nice. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm gonna pull my Buick in here now, and I'm gonna take the Buick and I'm gonna change that oil over to the Restore and Protect. We're gonna pull a sample from that. So I'm gonna send 2 samples out to Blackstone, and we will get some baseline off of the Buick, and also our intermediate sample from this truck here, and we'll keep on with this journey of the Valvoline Restore and Protect. I always like to show everybody what washers that I use on my drain plug, and here's that part number right here. And obviously it's really simple, and again, I didn't really do this years ago when I was changing oil on my cars. I just put the plug back in, same washer. But after, I never really had a problem with you know, any drain plug washer, anything. But it's just like after watching more people and learning more about, you know, being being an advanced DIYer, it just makes such a good idea just to make sure that your washer's in there properly. You got a new one. Because once you kind of seat that washer in place, particularly with a aluminum or a copper washer, it kind of forms a certain, I guess, contour. And maybe the silicone, I guess this is silicone here, maybe not as inflexible as those, but I still change them every time. So anyway, there's that. Let me go put this plug in and we'll keep on moving with this. All right, so here's our oil filter of choice. We're going to be using the AC Delco. This is the Ultra Guard. This here is the updated version of the PF48R. And I think they do this, they've updated a couple of these filters based on like how it can help facilitate more, I guess, an equilibrium in the oil pressure inside of your engine. So I definitely would pick these up. I can't say that I've seen a difference in my car or anything like that, but with these LLTs here, this is a LLT in this 2010 Buick LaCrosse. These engines are notorious for having problems, but if you baby them a little bit, by, for example, using filters like this, putting 93 gas in this car and changing the oil every 3,000 miles, your thing will ride smooth. And this thing has been going quite smooth. So anyway, before we go down below, let me show you something we're going to monitor here. Now look at that varnishing. Let me see if I can get this on camera. Let me move my light for a second. Maybe it'd be better if I go like this here. See that varnishing right there inside of the oil hole right here. So this engine is quite dirty. I mean, it probably ain't super dirty like sludge, but it's definitely dirty on the inside because I believe by looking at the Carfax history before I bought it, you know, they did change the oil. They did service the car, but I think they did extended intervals and probably only use like maybe conventional or cheaper oils. But this is one thing we're going to monitor to see if this Restore and Protect will actually clean up the spot over time as well. So I just thought I'd point that out. We'll keep an eye on that one. All right, so let me get this back situated here. Okay, there we go. Turn my light back around. And now we're going to go underneath and we're going to extract this oil filter from here. And we'll just take a look at it, and we're definitely going to be saving that. But again, this Restore and Protect journey has been quite a good one. Let me see, can I get it from the bottom here? I'm trying not to hit my camera. I might could just come from the top again, because again, I normally come from the top with this filter here, but I was trying to see could I go through the bottom and do it because just because of the camera, and I didn't want to accidentally knock the camera because it's kind of right down. And I'm just doing this for entertainment here. Most people here know how to change oil, but I thought it was fun just to do things like this. So let's see. Let me get my pliers. Since again, camera's in the way, can't get a real good grip. Normally can do it by hand, but this time I'm gonna go ahead and break these out here, which again make it quite easy. This pair of pliers out here is quite nice. They got I guess the auto retracting, if you will. They're pretty sweet. I'll put a link down here if you're interested in these. And yeah, so I like them. I haven't had them for a while now. Let me see. Wait a minute, I didn't even get a good grip there. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. These pliers got a nice bite on them too. I mean, I got some vice grip versions as well, but I like these because I can just kind of work with it like this and keep turning it a little bit faster. Versus these, they got their place. I kind of use these when and I haven't really ran in there in a while. I got something really, really troublesome. So, with that said, let's go ahead and let this drain out here. So yeah, that's going straight down into my oil pan. I was just checking that out. But yeah, I cannot wait to see what this Restore and Protect does to this car here. Sorry about the shaking. That's why I was telling you I'm leaning over and I can't help it. So I'm gonna try to not shake this camera as much as possible. I hope you don't get dizzy, anybody watching. Let me go down my left hand, go this way here. Maybe I can, yeah, that's a little better. All right. Let's go ahead and dump that little bit of oil out right there. All right. I'm gonna try to flip it so I won't get no, well, I don't matter, because if it's something spill on my thing, it won't be but a little bit, I'll wipe it up. But there it is, in all of its glory, if you will. We'll be saving this filter here, and we're gonna compare, this right here is Walmart Super Tech in this filter. And again, I like Walmart Super Tech, nothing wrong with that oil at all. I'm just gonna compare what can the Restore and Protect extract, and we're gonna use, obviously, the filter as a way to see, you know, to test that extraction efficiency, if you will. So let me move this over here to my mat. And what else now? So now, with that said, let me get a little napkin here. Not necessarily a napkin, but a shop rag, shop towel, if you will. But yeah, but I really appreciate you guys checking out my videos, going along with me on this here. I really think this is interesting. I just so happened to come across this oil, and it wasn't even through a video necessarily on YouTube. I was just researching some things and just ran across this. I can't exactly remember how, and then so once I did that, then I started looking at other videos, because I'm always reticent, probably like most people are, when it comes to, ooh, you can pour this in your engine and this can happen and that can happen. And yes, there are some good products out here in the market, but there also is a bunch of snake oil just the same. So yeah, but this right here, I gotta say, this Restore and Protect has proven not to be the snake oil that people may think it is. And so I am ready, because I believe the oil in this engine right here is gonna need to be changed at 500 miles. Because I'm gonna try to drive it more to work, because I don't drive it that often now, because this right here, my 2017 Buick LaCrosse, those are my, what I like to call, most people might call my garage princess, and or princesses, if you will. And yeah, so they you know, I don't drive them as much as I'd like, but I do try to rotate them out as much as I can too, because I drive my 2006 truck the most, for two reasons. First of all, I like driving my truck. Second of all, it just keeps miles off my newer cars, but I also try to drive them and get them up. When I drive them, I don't just drive them around the corner. Like, for example, when I drive a car, because I haven't driven it, say, in like a month or something, I'll drive it out on the highway and just take a long ride. Of course, you know, most people know that you want to, because if you just drive short distances, say 10 minutes, turn around, come back, and you think that done the car a favor, you likely didn't even get up to operating temperature. So with that said, you definitely want to consider what is considered what I want to say harsh driving and what's not. So all right, that looks prepared and ready. And let me close this up here. This engine here takes, one thing about this 3.6, another thing that I wish it was like my 2017 Buick LaCrosse, and also like my truck. My truck and the 2016 Buick LaCrosse, they take 6 quarts exactly, versus the LaCrosse here, it's about 5.4 to 5.5. So I just normally put 5.5 in, and that usually, you know, does it quite well. So let me use my left hand here, see if I can get this started here. Sorry for all this shaking. I know y'all might be being shaken pretty badly over there. All right, it's almost there. Let me just wipe my hands a little bit, just so I can make sure I get a good grip for that last good turn that I need to right here. For that last good turn, I'm gonna try to make sure. Let me move this light here just a bit here, because it's gonna. Again, I'm doing all this for entertainment purposes. So it's like it says, turn, tighten, and do 3/4 of a turn. So I know on these cars, normally where the filter lands at, it usually lands down. I know when you first saw the video, it was down, yeah, about like so. Normally on these cars, just about where I expect to see my filter. Make sure I just give it a little, not really one lay. I just want to just feel it to see, is it tight. That's all I do. And
yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So now, let me go get my filter. Not filter, my funnel. All right, here we go. I'm back here with my funnel here. Here's the Aries. If you're interested, 56027. I think it's a good funnel. I like it. Again, pretty easy to use. You can kind of make it fit just about any hole you have. That's why I believe they call it a universal. And yeah, you just wind it up, make it get a nice fit. Because again, I got different cars and they all got different size holes. And you might can find something a little bit better than this, and you might can find something cheaper, but again, I like it. And it also, a lot of times, say if you're doing some really big transferring, say from one hole, from one smaller jar to bigger buckets, for example. Again, I know you can go cheaper routes. I know you can do what I want to say, soda bottles and things like that. But sometimes I like just having a little something like this here. All right, so let's get the pouring here. Let me see, make sure everybody's verifies. Restore and Protect, coming in hot. Let's get the pouring here, guys. So this Restore and Protect, this shows just how, I guess, sensitive it is to getting out, or not necessarily sensitive, you can show the affinity it has to grab carbon, remove it. And I think my theory with this Restore and Protect, why it works so well, is that's a special molecule that binds to, particularly to piston rings, because they're usually made out of stainless steel that has a chromium in it, that this can bind to the surface, and then therefore there's a thing called competition when you're talking about molecules. And this Valvoline Restore and Protect can outcompete solubilized carbon that would otherwise want to grab onto that chromium and stick and then create a nucleus, and then therefore that nucleus will get bigger and bigger over time. So this is what I think it does. It just removes the carbon, outcompetes it for a seat, if you will, to sit down at the chromium table and doesn't move, and the carbon is not strong enough to move it. So there's that. All right, going in with my half a quart now. So anyway, let's see how you're supposed to pour this if you're a pro. I think on the side. Let's check it, see where we at here. The black line, yeah, that's about right. The black line here is a half a quart. So there you have that. So that's it. Got the oil change done. Got the oil sample here. Also got the, haven't really finished packing it, but I have the sample for the 2006 Colorado right here. I just want to keep them separate and make sure I don't mix those up. With that said, this is going to begin another journey with Restore and Protect. I'm excited to see exactly what this oil here can do to this engine right here. This is a 3.6 LLT that has about, I think almost 100, I'd just say 135,000 miles on it. So, and it, again, has been treated semi-good, has been treated good since I've had it since 2019. The owner who had, I think it had two owners. Again, it appeared, if Carfax, let's just take Carfax at face value on the service. It appears that the car was serviced, but I feel like, if I remember right, because it's been so long since I've looked at it, that they might have just went like, 7, 8, 9,000 miles for oil changes, which is, not necessarily the worst thing in the world. So anyway, take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.